Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Life isn't going to hand you success on a silver platter. If you want to change your life, it's going to take work, commitment, and a mindset that doesn't accept excuses. If you're tired of being stuck, tired of feeling like you're spinning your wheels and getting nowhere, then listen closely, because I'm about to give you 15 habits you can start right now to change your life for good. First and foremost, commit to high standards. Don't accept mediocrity in your life. If you want extraordinary results, you've got to hold yourself to an extraordinary standard. Don't settle for anything less than the best you can give. Whether it's in your career, your health, or your relationships, expect more from yourself. Stop giving in to the bare minimum and step up to the challenge of achieving excellence. Your life is a direct reflection of the standards you set. If you want to change your life, raise your standards. Now, second, take full responsibility for your life. Stop blaming others. Stop looking outside yourself for answers. It's time to own your success and own your failures. Life doesn't happen to you. You create your life with every decision you make. You want to make a change? Take responsibility for your actions. The moment you stop blaming circumstances and people, you open the door to real change. Nobody's going to save you, but you can save yourself with your actions. If you don't like where you are, take responsibility and do something about it. Next, let's talk about time management. Time is the one resource you can never get back. Every minute you waste is a minute you can never recover. If you want to live a life of success, you have to make intentional decisions about how you spend your time. Prioritize the things that matter. Invest your time into activities that are going to move the needle in your life. Stop wasting time on things that don't add value. Whether it's watching TV, scrolling through social media, or hanging around with people who don't help you grow, cut that nonsense out. Manage your time like the valuable asset it is, and you'll see results. Now, let's talk about relentless consistency. The difference between people who succeed and those who don't is this: successful people show up every day. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They don't look for excuses. They just show up and do the work. Consistency is the key. You don't need to be perfect, but you need to be persistent. Small actions every day compound over time. If you want to build a legacy, if you want to build success, you need to show up with consistency, no matter how tough it gets. That's how winners are made. And lastly, embrace uncomfortable growth. If you want a comfortable life, then stop right here. But if you want to be great, if you want to build a life that others only dream about, you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It happens when you push yourself, when you step into the unknown, when you do things that scare you. The road to success is paved with discomfort, so don't run from it. Embrace it, face your fears, learn new things, and tackle challenges head on. The discomfort you feel today is the strength you'll carry tomorrow. So if you're serious about changing your life, these habits are where you need to start. Commit to high standards. Take responsibility for your actions. Manage your time like the precious resource it is. Show up every day with relentless consistency. And most importantly, embrace the uncomfortable growth that comes with pushing yourself beyond your limits. You don't need another day to wait. You don't need another reason to hesitate. Start right now. Make a decision today that will set the course for the rest of your life. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it doesn't exist. Start now and let these habits transform your future into the success you deserve. Listen closely. If you want to elevate your life, if you want to achieve greatness, the first step is simple: commit to high standards. I'm not talking about setting the bar just a little higher than where you are right now. I'm talking about setting a standard that pushes you out of your comfort zone, that challenges you to grow in ways you never thought possible. You see, success isn't a coincidence. It's a result. It's the direct result of the decisions you make, the actions you take, and most importantly, the standards you set for yourself. The truth is, most people live their lives on autopilot. They get comfortable with mediocrity because it's easy, because it feels safe. They think, well, I'm doing okay. I'm getting by. But let me tell you something, getting by is not enough. You were created for more than that. You weren't created to simply exist. You were created to excel, to dominate, to leave a mark on this world. And that all starts when you make a decision to stop settling for less than you deserve. Think about it, what you allow into your life is a reflection of the standards you set. If you settle for poor health, you'll struggle with energy and vitality. If you settle for mediocrity in your career, you'll never reach your potential. If you settle for shallow relationships, you'll miss out on the deep, meaningful connections that bring fulfillment. It all starts with your standard. What do you expect from yourself? What are you willing to accept as good enough? It's time to raise the bar, to demand excellence from yourself, no matter what. High standards don't just mean wanting more, they mean doing more. They mean putting in the work, even when no one is watching. They mean holding yourself accountable every single day, no matter how tough things get. Excellence isn't a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. It's a commitment to consistently do your best, no matter the circumstances, no matter the challenges. When you raise your standards, you start to surround yourself with people who also have high standards. You start attracting opportunities that match the level you've set for yourself. The world responds to your expectations. It rises to meet you when you refuse to settle for less. But that can only happen when you have the courage to believe that you deserve better. When you have the audacity to stop making excuses and start making progress. Understand this, nobody is going to hand you success. Nobody is going to give you the life you dream of. It's not going to be given to you by luck or fate. It's going to be earned through your commitment to high standards. It's going to be earned through showing up every day with the mindset that you can do better, you can be better, and you deserve more than what you have right now. So commit to high standards, not just for a week, not just for a month, but for the rest of your life. Set standards that will push you beyond what you think is possible. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you have to start with extraordinary expectations. Don't just go through the motions, demand greatness from yourself and give your best every single day. It's not about perfection, it's about striving for excellence and being relentless in your pursuit of your goals. This is your life. This is your one shot. And if you want to see what's truly possible, you have to commit to high standards. Start today. Raise the bar. Watch how your world shifts. Watch how the doors open. Watch how your results skyrocket. It's time to stop playing small. It's time to demand more from yourself and start living the life you were always meant to live. Commit to high standards and everything else will fall into place. There comes a moment in every person's life when they have to look themselves in the mirror and face a difficult yet empowering truth. Everything you have in your life right now is a result of the choices you've made. You might not want to hear it. You might want to point your finger at someone or something else. But the truth is that the power to change, to grow, and to rise above your circumstances lies entirely within you. Taking full responsibility for your life is the first step in taking control of your destiny. It's easy to blame your circumstances, your upbringing, your relationships, your job, or even the economy. And you know what? Life can be hard. Things don't always go as planned. People hurt us, disappoint us. And sometimes life just doesn't seem fair. But what's even harder, what takes real courage, is to look at your life, no matter how it looks, and say, I am responsible. This is not about blaming yourself for things that happened to you, but it's about recognizing that the path forward is in your hands. It's about taking the reins of your life and deciding that you will no longer let anything or anyone hold you back. When you take responsibility, you stop being a victim. You stop seeing yourself as someone who's helpless, stuck in a situation they can't escape from. Instead, you become a creator of your own circumstances. You realize that you are the architect of your reality. Yes, you may not be able to control everything that happens to you, but you control how you respond. And that, my friend, is where your power lies. You are not at the mercy of your past, of your failures, of what other people say or do. You are the person who decides how you will react to all of it. Taking responsibility doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you'll always have it all figured out. It means that you acknowledge your role in your successes and your setbacks. You take ownership of your mistakes, and more importantly, you take ownership of your lessons. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to make better choices moving forward. When you own your life, you stop being paralyzed by fear of failure. Instead, you embrace the process of becoming better, wiser, and stronger with each experience. When you choose to take full responsibility, you stop waiting for others to come to your rescue. You stop blaming your boss for not promoting you, your spouse for not supporting you, or the government for not making your life easier. You stop living in a state of frustration, waiting for someone to change so you can finally be happy. You realize that your happiness, your success, your growth, and your future all depend on the actions you take today. The ball is in your court, and only you can decide to take action. Taking responsibility also means that you stop making excuses. Too often we justify why we haven't achieved what we want because of some reason or another. I don't have the time, I don't have the money. It's too hard, but here's the truth: life will never hand you an easy road. If you want to accomplish anything great, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. You'll have to face challenges, push through fear, and keep going even when it feels impossible. No one is coming to save you, but when you take responsibility for your life, you start seeing these challenges as opportunities to prove to yourself that you can overcome anything. You become unstoppable. The moment you take full responsibility is the moment your life begins to shift. No longer are you a passive participant in your own story. You're the one in control. And from that moment forward, your decisions, actions, and attitude determine your future. The life you want, the success, the relationships, the happiness, it's all possible, but it starts with you. You are the one who has the power to turn things around. So step up. Own your life. Own your decisions. And start creating the future you deserve. Time is the one resource we all have, but none of us can ever get back. Once it's gone, it's gone. That's why mastering time management is absolutely crucial to achieving success. Let me tell you something: you're going to be as successful as you are intentional with your time. Too many people waste it, squander it on things that don't matter, and wonder why they're stuck in the same place year after year. But not you. You have to take control of your time because it's the foundation upon which everything else in your life will be built. When you wake up in the morning, you need to make a decision: what am I going to do with today? The average person has 24 hours in a day, and guess what? You're just like everyone else. You have 24 hours. But here's the difference: successful people know how to use those hours. They don't waste time. They use it intentionally, productively, and with purpose. If you want to make real strides in your life, in your career, in your relationships, it's time to stop allowing distractions to take away from your productivity. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is planning. Successful people are planners. They know exactly what they need to do and when they need to do it. And listen, I'm not talking about vague, fluffy plans. I'm talking about real, actionable steps. You don't get to just wish for success and hope it shows up. No, you get to plan it. You have to map out your day, your week, your month, and your year. Every minute needs to have a purpose. Every hour needs to move you forward. Now, I know life throws things at you. Things don't always go according to plan, and that's fine. You're going to face challenges. You're going to have unexpected detours, but that doesn't mean you stop managing your time. You adjust, you adapt, and you keep moving forward. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to stay consistent. to stay focused, and to never let your time slip away without making the most of it. The next thing you need to understand about mastering time management is eliminating distractions. Distractions are time killers. They show up in the form of social media, endless television shows, unnecessary meetings, and even people who don't value your time. You've got to stop allowing those distractions to control you. Every time you give in to a distraction, you're giving up precious time that you can never get back. Time is your most valuable asset, and you can't afford to let it slip away on things that don't bring you closer to your goals. You have to protect your time like a warrior. Guard it, defend it, and treat it like the precious resource it is. When you plan your day, make sure you schedule time for your priorities. That means family, that means health, that means your personal development. It means everything that's important to you needs to have a place in your day. Don't let work or obligations push everything else aside. If you value your time, you'll make room for what truly matters. Another key part of time management is learning how to say no. This is one of the hardest things for many people to master. But hear me clearly, you can't say yes to everything and expect to get anything done. Your time is precious. Every yes you give to something, you're saying no to something else. So be intentional with your decisions. Learn to say no to the things that don't serve your goals, your values, or your future. Saying no is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. The more you get focused, the more you begin to eliminate distractions, the more you get clear about how you want to spend your time, the more powerful and productive you become. You start to notice that you're getting more done in less time. You begin to see results in your life that you didn't even think were possible. And guess what? It's all because you decided to stop letting time slip away. You chose to take control. You chose to be intentional. And that is the power of mastering time management. Time is the one thing you can't control or get back once it's gone, so why waste it? Make a decision today to take control of your time. Your future depends on it. You have a dream, you have a goal, and the clock is ticking. What are you going to do with today? How are you going to use it to move your life forward? It's time to take charge, to plan, to eliminate distractions, and to make every moment count. Because trust me, when you master your time, you'll master your life. Relentless consistency is one of the most powerful forces in achieving greatness. People often look for shortcuts or quick fixes, but success is built on the foundation of showing up day after day, regardless of how you feel. Consistency isn't glamorous. It's not the exciting, fast-paced part of the journey that gets all the attention. But make no mistake, it's the secret ingredient that turns average effort into extraordinary results. You see, greatness isn't just about having talent or luck. It's about the ability to push through even when things get tough, when the results aren't immediate, and when everyone else gives up. The key to achieving anything significant in life is showing up when you don't feel like it. Showing up when you're tired, when the world around you is chaotic, and when no one is watching. That's where real success is forged. It's not about hitting a home run once in a while. It's about getting up to bat every day, hitting singles and doubles, and making the consistent effort count over time. Think about anything that has been built to last: companies, careers, relationships, or even physical strength. None of it was built overnight. It took time, effort, and above all, consistency. You don't become great by doing something amazing once and then walking away from it. You become great by doing the right thing day after day until it becomes second nature. It's in that consistent effort that your true potential is unlocked. The person who shows up every day, puts in the work, and keeps improving is the one who will eventually succeed, no matter the setbacks or the failures. Consistency also builds trust, not only in others, but within yourself. When you show up consistently, day after day, you prove to yourself that you are worthy of your own goals. You start building self-discipline and the confidence that comes from knowing you can be trusted to keep your promises not to others, but to yourself. This trust creates a snowball effect. The more consistent you are, the more confidence you build. The more confidence you build, the greater your consistency becomes. It's a cycle of growth that reinforces itself. Now, relentless consistency doesn't mean mindless repetition. It's not about simply going through the motions. It's about improving each time you show up. Every day is an opportunity to get better, to refine your craft, and to push just a little bit harder than yesterday. It's about taking one step forward, no matter how small, and knowing that every single step is taking you closer to where you want to be. When you embrace relentless consistency, you give up the idea of quick results. You understand that the path to success is a long one. There will be struggles, disappointments, and roadblocks, but none of that matters because you've committed to the process. You understand that the only way to truly fail is to stop trying. As long as you keep going, even when it's tough, you're moving forward. You're winning, even when it doesn't feel like it. So you have to ask yourself, are you ready to commit to this kind of consistency? Are you willing to show up even when it's hard? Are you ready to put in the work day after day and trust that your small efforts will add up over time to something monumental? Because that's the truth of it. Relentless consistency isn't about instant results. It's about the compound effect of doing the right thing over and over again, long after the excitement is worn off, long after the motivation fades. Remember, this success doesn't require you to be perfect. It only requires you to keep going. No one is perfect and no one has an easy path. But those who win are the ones who refuse to quit. They are the ones who understand that success is a marathon, not a sprint. And that marathon is won by those who show up day in and day out with relentless consistency. If you can commit to that, there's nothing you can't achieve. Relentless consistency is the cornerstone of success. It's not about being perfect or achieving greatness in a single moment. It's about the dedication to keep moving forward day after day, regardless of the obstacles in your way. You're not going to see results overnight, but if you stay the course, if you keep showing up, and if you commit to making consistent effort, you will create the momentum that leads to extraordinary outcomes. So no matter how difficult it gets, no matter how many times you fail or feel like giving up, remember this: the only way to truly fail is to stop. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Trust in the process and trust that the consistent actions you take today are shaping the life you want for tomorrow. Keep your focus, keep your discipline, and above all, keep going. Success isn't a destination, it's the result of relentless consistency, and it's within your reach if you're willing to put in the work.